Hey, this is Malika of Evanston Live TV. Just want to give you all a recap of some things that have happened here in Evanston and what's to come. You know, Evanston stays busy, tons of events going on, tons of topics to talk about. We'd be here for about a good hour or so for me to go over everything, but just, want to touch on some of the things that, got the town buzzing a little bit. But before I get started on that, I want to send a special thank you out to the Evanston Police Department. Sometimes doing, Evanston Live TV, I'll, get some interesting messages from people, and I did get one recently that kind of shook me a little bit, and the Evanston Police Department was right on it. So I want to send you a very special thank you. And they have followed up with me. They followed up with me today, make sure I was good, and I feel safe. I feel safe and protected. So thank you so much. And I know, if anything really goes down, Evanston Police Department will be there. So thank you, Evanston Police Department, for having my back there. Thank you. Let's see. Goodness, we have so much going on in Evanston. Lord Jesus. Okay, so we got a lot of people excited about North Light Theater, $20 million development, and word from a lot of the residents is as long as they're paying for it, they're all for it. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful building, $20 million. I would hope that it is. Evanston is about its arts and theater, and that's one of the things we absolutely love about it. So it's going to be great for downtown Evanston near, the restaurants and everything. So just another place for all of us to go to, check out during the week, after work and on the weekends. So looking forward to that. But the thing is, the city still has to vote on it. So you all be sure to keep checking the city website as well as here on Evanston Live TV as to how the council is going to vote on North Light Theater coming in at Evanston, $20 million development. So we'll see how that turns out, and you all be sure to stay tuned, see what the outcome is. Let's see, September 9th is our next city council meeting, and I'm thinking it's probably going to be pretty busy, pretty packed. It should be. A lot of residents are coming out for a couple reasons. One, there's the FOIA March that's happening on September 9th, so you have a lot of residents. You can check the Evanston Live TV page as well as some other pages, the group A Walk of Faith, Inc., Evanston Voter Initiative, Evanston United, and a lot of different residents, Evanstonians, are coming together, and they're meeting, I believe it's at Fleetwood, 5:30, September 9th, and they're marching from Fleetwood over to the Civic Center to give public comment at the City Council meeting, voicing their FOIA requests. And then the City Clerk's office will have laptops, notebooks there to assist people with filing their first FOIA, or if you're experienced at it, getting in your FOIA request. So it's a FOIA March. That's what it's called, a FOIA March, September 9th. So you all be sure to get the details on that if you want to participate and submit your first FOIA. If you have any questions about what's going on in the city and you want to FOIA some information, to learn as much as you can on the situation, join that FOIA March. Look for the flyer out there. It's floating around on different pages. Coming out for the FOIA March. Then also come out to support reparations. That's been a big topic here in Evanston. A lot of residents are questioning, if we did get $10 million, of course, it should be more than $10 million for reparations, but many of the residents are questioning, well, if we do get the $10 million, like, who will be in control of it? Who's going to decide where it goes? And, who's going to be determining how that $10 million is, spread out or where it's focused on? It's been some trust issues with the city council, especially amongst themselves. That's been a question floating around. So if you have some questions about reparations, definitely come out September 9th to the city council meeting and support that the reparations movement keeps moving and it just doesn't get filed somewhere and, just sit somewhere, come out and support that movement, reparations, okay? So September 9th, City Council should be packed. All right. Let's see what else we have going on. The redlining event given by Shorefront, Dino Robinson. Shorefront is working hard all the time to keep history alive, Black history alive here in Evanston. Be sure to check out on the second floor at the Civic Center those illustrations about the history of redlining right here in Evanston. It's always good to see, the history of housing here in Evanston to understand where it's at today. Okay, and there's going to be a part 2 on the systemic racism. There was an event on August 10th on systemic racism. We had some great panelists that came out. I moderated. We had former Governor Pat Quinn, City Clerk Devon Reed, Dino Robinson from Shorefront. We had the Poor People's Campaign, Chris Shuttlesworth. We had Professor Lisa Dish. We had Bennett historian activist Bennett Johnson. We had a phenomenal panel where it was about movement and action. It wasn't just talking. And now it's going to be a part 2, and it's dealing with housing. So, you all stay tuned for that soon, and maybe we can see those two, the redlining and the part 2 to the systemic racism in housing, maybe coming together. So you all stay tuned. I know the groups that are organizing that. You all stay tuned and we'll see what they come up with. I know they're working on a date and the location, and, they've been making some things happen here in Evanston and waking a lot of people up and giving people the courage to voice their concerns and get their questions answered and pretty much putting a movement together. So stay tuned for that. And many people have been following the Harley Clark topic for quite some time. There's not that many media outlets here in Evanston, but I would say, of the few that we have, each of us, we tend to gravitate towards certain topics just based on who we are, and some of us cover the same things. But I would say, I don't hate on any of the other media outlets here in Evanston, but I would say one of the ones I definitely respect and love his integrity and his research is Jonah Meadows of The Patch. So he had written an article on the top 7 donors of the demolition project to bring Harley Clark down. He had issued a FOIA request, actually, and it was denied, and then it was forced to be released. So if you all are following the entire Harley Click situation, definitely check out Evanston Live TV. I posted Jonah Meadows' article, or you can go straight to The Patch, Evanston, The Patch. And Jonah is a great writer, and he's one of the ones that I respect. His integrity, his facts are pretty on point. And also I want to send a special thank you to Heidi Rondava, if I'm saying the last name right. She's a writer over at the Round Table. The Round Table have, many people in Evanston tend to find it can be slanted at times more towards the city and not much on certain communities here in Evanston to get their voice. But I would say Heidi is one of the writers over there who's very fair and tries to get both sides to everything. And Evanston Live TV, we're always trying to get both sides to every story. Sometimes you can't get both sides because one side just doesn't want to give a side, and definitely don't want to go on video. Once it's on video, it's out there. But yeah, so you all stay tuned for much, much more. We'll be back in the studio, Evanston Live TV. We have some exciting, intriguing guests coming up, and I'm excited. It's always some things going on here in Evanston. I'm excited. Just some good stuff happening. Good stuff. And we're always working to make Evanston better. So you all stay tuned. This is Malika, Evanston Live TV. See you September 9th, council meeting.